Well, guys, today is the day. As you've seen from my thumbnail, I got cattle panels, and that's the last thing I need for the garden that I know of yet. But I'm going to put one in this big bed behind me for tomatoes. And I'm not doing 2 rows of tomatoes because I want to keep them with good airflow. So they're going to get trellised onto that, and it's probably going to go about at the 1.5 foot mark. Foot, 1 foot, maybe 1 foot, who knows. Then I've got 2, actually I've got as many as I want, but I've got 2 that I'm going to make into arch trellises. And my original idea was I was going to do an arch trellis from this first bed to this bed, and then from the 3rd bed to the big bed. But here's the thing. There's a bit of a gap right here. So I don't know if that's going to work. I could still do a trellis, but I couldn't plant it unless I MacGyvered something in this place right here. But I'd like this bed being as far off as it is, because then I've got plenty of room for if I wanted to put chairs or bring my garden cart in, whatever I wanted to do. Got plenty of room right here and down to the house. Also, I want to mention that is a baby broccoli. And so is that. I've never grown broccoli successfully. So that in itself, the fact that there's little tiny heads on these things is amazing for me. I love it. And the onions look great. They've taken off. So anyway, I'm going to put 3 T-posts in that 16-foot stretch. The cattle panels are talking out my nose. They are 16-footers. So, according to Roots and Refuge, Jess says you need a minimum, I cannot talk today, a minimum of 3 T-posts per cattle panel to have enough strength. If I need more, I'll put more in. I've got more T-posts. But I bought cattle panels, and I bought some other stuff. But mostly for today, I'm going to focus on the cattle panels. And I don't think I'm going to do the arch trellis on this bed, this first bed. And I have that cabbage there too. I don't want to lose my cabbage. But I think instead I'm going to move that particular trellis to the far corner over there from this bed to this bed. Just put it like midway in the bed or a foot or so in, to do some other beans on, which those would be pole beans. Pole beans here, tomatoes, and then I still have to figure out probably carrots right here. I don't know for sure. I've got my cabbage and my broccoli and my zigzag of onions. I have peppers for 7 tubs. So that still leaves me 3 on the end there for something. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put my T-posts in for my first cattle panel trellis. Now, they're not, but probably a foot off the ground, but that's okay, even though they're going to get taller. They're a hair taller than me, so they're probably 5'10", but I think it'll be alright for right now. I may go ahead and pull these off and use tie wire and raise them up another foot, but my T-posts are really short, so had to use what I had. And it doesn't look too terrible. arch trellis number 2, arch trellis number 1, and the tomato ball. Deciding where the second arch trellis was going to go was a little bit tricky for me because I knew I had to have it in a place that where the airflow was not going to be so restricted, and that I wanted to grow something there in that spot, which I do. I have 2 different new kinds of pole beans to grow, so I needed 2 trellises, and this way it saves a lot of space because they don't take up nearly as much room as if I did 1 long trellis in an 8-foot bed. And there's still good airflow. Now the tomato trellis, this one, the reason why it is where it is because it gets full south sun from morning until night. And the tomatoes are running east to west, so they get the most amount of sun possible. So here's to a awesome tomato year, I hope. But yeah, I was just gonna put the trellises up today, and I did. So thank you guys for watching me blunder and fight with them things, but I so appreciate it. We'll see you soon. God bless.